Hey everyone, and welcome back to Powered Cube. No actual power in this pack, but a couple of decent build arounds. Raphaelos is really cool if we want to force the mono green ramp deck. Persist, possible build around for Reanimator. We could take a generic good blue card like Treasure Cruise. I don't think there's really a wrong answer here. There's multiple reanimation cards in this pack, which worries me because like if I take one, someone else might take the other and decide to draft it. Liliana is a good black card that people like as well. So that might get cut. I might want to speculate on Raphaelos early. Like if we see that mono green is open, or just like green midrange, green lands, we could play this. Green lands with like strip mine in it is super, super fun. I love drafting that every opportunity I get. Reanimator Excavator is fantastic in that particular deck, but I think I actually want to pick up Survival next. Because if I have Raphaelos, I want to be able to discard my useless mana dork to tutor up my Eldrazi or whatever I'm trying to hardcast. Or sometimes I have like that useless combo card in my hand. This is also like good in Reanimator, so like let's say that Persist wheels, I will think about just doing green-black Reanimator. Right, Elvish Reclaimer is fantastic in a Raphaelos deck because usually like these green Raphaelos ramp decks also become like strip mine decks, like I mentioned. So if we get one copy of strip mine, Field of the Dead Wasteland, whatever the utility land is, we can go ahead and use Elvish Reclaimer to go ahead and grab that. All right, we got here Crucible Worlds, good stuff. And this is actually really good for digging through your deck. Which one do we want? I also need to make sure I'm taking fetches highly. I don't think I've seen them yet. Maybe there's one in pack 1 that I'm not remembering. Pack 1 or 2. Crucible, it might be a little early to take Crucible. Lotus Petal is also something, but we're going to do lands-based ramp. I don't want a Lotus Petal. We do have that Reanimator Excavator wheeling, but I don't know if I'm going to get it. It would be like pick 9 by the time it came back to me, 9 or 10. Pick 10. I'm going to take this Crucible. Rumble is quite good too. I will take Crucible. Hopefully wheel the Rumble, because I don't think green is going to be a very drafted color from what I've seen so far. Shaman is cool as well. It's really the only card that goes in our deck. So now we can consider, okay, do we want to be like green-black Reanimator? Like I said, take a Harvester. It's a cool card. It self-enables by discarding itself to be persistent later. Deathbright Shaman would also be playable on that theoretical green-black deck, so let's take it. 6 is very good in these land strategies as well. If we want to be green-black, Pillage the Bog is good, but let's like stay in this mono-green lane. And then we could become green-black, green-white, or maybe even just stay mono-green. Regardless, I need fetches. Yavimaya is cool too, but like we don't need it, especially if we're like primarily green. If we end up a bunch of colors, then Oh, Necromancy. Okay, so no one's taking the Reanimate spells. Oh. Interesting. Nobody's taking the Reanimate spells. I'm tempted, because like Endurance isn't that good. I was thinking to just take Fatal Push in the off chance we splash black, but let's see if we maybe become green-black Reanimator. The thing is, if I'm black, I need removal. I would want the Triumph, actually. With the idea that I want the Persist to come into me. Or do I just need this for consistency? I think I would need this for consistency. It's a bit of a tough choice. Mosswood is playable in green-black. I didn't get like any fetches. I was looking for them, but I might have missed one. Crobomination is a cool card, but not something that can go in ours. This Mosswood and Necromancy are by themselves. It's like if reanimation cards and black cards can come to us, we will play them. It really depends on whether or not this Persist wheels. We just had our pick 8, pick 9 is waiting for us right here. So we'll see whether or not that happens. Considering Necromancy went to pick 7, I would be very willing to believe that Persist came around. The thing is, if it doesn't, I'm going to abandon it because I know whoever picked up that Persist is absolutely going to be picking up like Reanimate, Animate Dead, all those other cards that are still available in the archetype, and we're going to end up fighting over it a lot. There's a couple cards missing compared to Vintage Cube, like Shallow Grave. So when 2 people fight over Reanimator, it's really, really tough. Okay, Persist did come around. We're going to draft it. Sweet. No complaints from me. Complaints on the lack of lands, but that's about it. Right, and what's really neat is we can like hardcast our stuff with Raphaelos. Now I want this Yavimaya to come around actually for the sake of Raphaelos, because we're going to be a very 2-colored deck. I'm probably not going to play this, but there's a tiny chance we have some white in our deck. If we do end up being lands again instead of reanimate, cards like Knight of the Reliquary are good to splash for white. Removal is good to splash for white. Alright, looks like Soren Markov came to us. Not super playable, but maybe. Blooming Marsh, great card, actually, great piece of fixing. Alright, cool. That Harvester actually came back to us, which is awesome. This is a really, really cool little role player. It doubles as a removal spell and like a backup or reanimation target. Over here, 2 worthless cards, and then, yeah, another worthless card, unless we end up splashing something. Alright, what do we get? Nothing fantastic for our strategy, but there are cards in our color. Ignoble Hierarch is good. Probably what we're going to pick. Tarmogoyf is cool. Oh, you know what didn't wheel? The Malevolent Rumble didn't wheel, nor did the Reanimator Excavator. I'm going to guess Green Lands is not open. Someone else is probably trying to draft that. So we can get the Crucible out of here. Also probably get the Green Suns out of here for that purpose. If we were still doing the Green Lance thing, like let's say that Reanimator Excavator wheeled and we were looking to pick up a Strip Mine or something, then yeah, we could take Green Sun Zenith, but I think now Ignoble Hierarch, just for consistency, is going to be a little bit better. Preacher as a 3-drop is pretty cool too. I think we could wheel this guy though. Alright, ooh, Life and Death. Fantastic. Yeah, we just keep getting redundant effects. So now we have 3 reanimation effects, which is really ideal. I want to find another like discard outlet. Survival of the Fittest is absolutely fantastic for that purpose. But I would like more ways to put creatures into the graveyard, preferably on Entomb itself, but you can't just ask for Entomb. However, we know absolutely nobody at the table is drafting Reanimator because Persist did wheel literally all the way around the table to get to us. So there is hope that if a Persist, or excuse me, a Entomb style card is open to hopefully get passed to us. All right, ooh, Dark Ritual, baby. Oh, Dark Ritual and him and Grist. These are all really cool ones. How necessary is Dark Ritual, actually? I really love Grist here. Grist is a little bit of self-mill, which can help enable our reanimate shenanigans. Just a little bit, right? Just one card at a time. I'm gonna say Dark Ritual is overall better. Him is also like a dope card. So we really need to look out for fixing. I feel like I'm not being diligent enough looking out for fetch lands and fixing, or the arena gamers are actually prioritizing their fixing really high on day 1 of the cube, which has me pleasantly surprised, to be honest. I was expecting it to be a lot of arena gamers to fall into like the noob trap of not drafting enough fixing and for it to be really free for us. But it looks like I'm the noob over here expecting fixing to wheel. And no fetches again, we're looking for it, right? Reanimate though. Wow, so we got all of it. We got the persist, we got the reanimate, we got the death, we got the necromancy. We got just about everything. All right, now we just need a way to put our fatties into the graveyard. I will take discard. We're going to become much more heavy black. I wonder if Raphaelis is viable without Yavimaya. I'm going to have to reconsider our pack 1 pick 1. We might just be straight Reanimator instead of Raphaelis. I got to read the new card. This does not put anything in my graveyard. Yeah, it's just a 4-drop. I mean, it's a pretty decent 4-drop. I think we can play it. Especially Dark Ritual to power it out. Actually, we do want like a bunch of guys like Barrow and this guy that we can power out early with the Dark Ritual, just as like fair creature threats. Ah, a green fetch land, finally. I will grab this thing. 2 more pieces of fixing that are relevant for us. White is not relevant. We don't have the banger lands. Explorer is also not relevant. So it's either the cottage for fixing or the foothills. I'm going to take the foothills. And then we're very much on the lookout for green black stuff. Oh, prime time. So maybe land stuff is a little bit open, possible to play. We're playing BO3, so we definitely could grab the Haywire Mite. Questing Beast is also pretty neat. Prime time is also like a backup reanimate target. That's just not good in my deck. I'm gonna take the Questing Beast as just like a beater and also something that we could like tempo reanimate. Green Suns. I need like is there a discard outlet creature that you can Green Suns for? I wonder. I don't know if such a thing lives in the cube. Goyf is just a beater and Green Suns is utility. I'm gonna Green Suns. I don't know if this is the best Green Suns deck with the amount of black cards that we're trying to play in it, but I will definitely try to play Green Suns. All right, and then we get a Green Talisman. We get Gaia's Cradle. Almost getting the pieces for like the pretty busted Raphaelis deck. There's Mere Battle Spear, which is technically a card that you could try to reanimate. I don't have the real fatty to reanimate yet though, like the Gristlebrand tier fatty. Because we are picking Cradle. Absolutely nothing of use in this pack. Coveted Jewels, not going to do a thing. Unearth, sure, why not? Little tempo reanimate kind of card. Crop Rot, sure. I do have Crucible if we pick up Strip for that. Canker Bloom, very good sideboard card. We passed on the Haywire Might for that role in the sideboard. Alright, we got Grave Titan, which is a card that we can both hardcast and reanimate, so I think it's going to be the one we pick up. This is also pretty good as top end, but it is a Planeswalker, not a creature, therefore not reanimatable. Saga is very strong. Saga can go in almost any deck. I don't think my deck is a great Saga deck, though. So we're going to pick up that Grave Titan. Even though this is pretty mid as a reanimate target, it is just a good card that you can cast. But I say good card, it's not an amazing card, don't worry. Don't get it twisted. I don't think the card is great. But it is definitely in the hall of good. Natural order? For what? Dude, we need the Atraxa to show up. We need some self-mill. I'm gonna grab a Fabled Passage actually for like a little bit of fixing. I don't think we can support natural order. Or board is also like really cool. Scaling threat. Maybe we can wheel it. World Spine. Okay. You are not a reanimate target. Dang. I can grab Wishclaw Talisman. Probably grab Overgrown Tomb for mana. Wishclaw Talisman is a card I'm thinking about because I can like Wishclaw for my survival, which is my discard outlet to put something big in my graveyard. I don't have anything huge though. This is a pretty unfortunate reanimate draft where we really didn't get like, yeah, where are my big guys? I'll have to watch this back and see if I had like a clear moment where I missed something. I don't think so. I think we will still play all of these cards, and we will like try to play Necromancy and Persist and Reanimate just like on our creatures, on our stupid green creatures, and we'll murder our opponent with Ulvenwald Oddity and Questing Beast. That sounds pretty fun. Is Ulvenwald Oddity still what we want? Do we want Keen Eyes? I don't think we want Jadar. The Bat is okay. It's hand interaction. Yeah. I think we need a few more creatures to turn sideways and spend our mana on. Okay, there's Ulamog. This can be put into our graveyard. This can be the big fatty. There's a Bayou. Unfortunately, we need the fatty. We only have this one huge fatty. We need it. Yeah, and this is not one of the Eldrazi that will shuffle itself out of the graveyard. It's really unfortunate to get rid of the Bayou. At least we have Tomb, right? Actually, we can't beat ourselves up too much about that Bayou if we have Overgrown Tomb. And we only have the one green fetch. All right, Shifting Woodland, fantastic. I need another way to like discard or self-mill is the thing. We just kind of don't have it. Hey, I'm trying to think. I'm racking my brain. I don't really. Shifting Woodland is cool. I might just pick it up. Boseiju is neat. Have access to. Sowing Mycospawn can get us, any of these lands. Yes, the Cradle. Actually, Shifting Woodland. It goes well in a reanimate style deck, theoretically. Natural Order, was that this pack or last pack? It was the last pack. It was pack 2. So we will not be wheeling Natural Order. Or was it pick 1 of this pack? I can't recall. Might take it anyway. Just as another possible reanimate target. I don't think I want it though. Woe Strider, not gonna play it, but I don't see what else I would play. Skull Clamp for my little dorks. Get rid of my dorkies when I don't need them anymore, but I don't think so. There's Big Nissa. Yeah, this wasn't the pack with Natural Order. It was pack 2. Maybe I'll play this Big Nissa. It depends on how many playables we have. We didn't wheel the Wish Claw, which I was hoping. I don't think we want Exploration either. I was hoping I could wheel that Wish Claw just so that we can have effectively an extra copy of Survival in our deck. Survival is like clearly our best card by a mile right now. Oh, the Wish Clock came around. Oh, and Vamp. Holy moly, Vamp. That's got it. Wait, Vamp came around? I didn't notice this the first time when I opened the pack. Everybody watching remembers. I said, oh, Wish Cloud, this is what I want to take. But no, Vamp. Okay, sure. With a... Oh god, what card did it take? I forgot to click on it. Oh no. I hate being a YouTuber. Guys, what card did it take? It took a Seachrome Coast. Ah, dang it. I hate being a YouTuber, guys. Oh my god, I hate being a YouTuber. It's too distracted by my own yapping. Alright. Alright, so this didn't turn out great. We got a lot of reanimation pieces, ways to bring cards back, but we don't have too many ways to put cards into our graveyard. It's not a perfect Rafellos Elf Ball Mana Dork style deck, but like we have some amount of Mana Dorks and some amount of lands. We did get the Gaia's Cradle, so I'm not super high on this deck, especially with us missing out on that Vampiric Tutor because I've got to click on it. But we can probably get some wins with this. Let's see. Alright, we're going to be on the play against Geekus. We have a Persist, we have a Reclaimer. Yeah, but what does this hand do? We can Green Suns for Rafellos and then throw out a Grave Titan, probably. It's probably good enough to keep. Let's see what happens, right? Alright, Forest, Elvish Reclaimer. We could Green Suns for a 1-mana dork next turn, or we can wait one additional turn to go ahead and grab Rafellos out of our deck. Alright, we did hit another dork here. That is actually quite useful. I was thinking about using Elvish Reclaimer as well. To cycle a land, maybe get us a dual land, but we don't need to do that now. Go ahead and get our 2 damage in. We can take the 1 here. Okay, and removal spell coming through, sure. I mean, I'm fine with it hitting that instead of hitting the Rafellos that we're about to Green Suns for. Do we have any other 2-drops we can Green Suns for? I mean, I would love it if we could Green Suns for survival. That would be neat. That'd be swell, in fact. Deathrite Shaman, cool. So that does enable us to make extra black mana, which we probably will need. Let's go ahead and get our ramp card. This guy taps for 2. Notably, I need double black to actually throw this Grave Titan onto the battlefield. Well, we'll get there. We can use Deathrite Shaman to make it in 2 turns if we don't happen to draw black mana before then. Now, it looks like Rafellos has got to go. My opponent has decided, which is fair. It's a very powerful card. So we can play Deathrite Shaman, and then we have drop rotation on a stick available to us that we can use to probably get like a Gaia's Cradle to keep accelerating our mana, or we play 6. Actually, 6 is one of the few ways in our deck to mill, so let's hopefully get a 6 attack in. And we can persist something. We cannot persist Rafellos for 2 reasons. First, it's legendary. Second, it's a 2-1, so let's not punt today. We're going to lose our Reclaimer, but it's fine. I want to... Ooh, Treble. Great. Fantastic, in fact. Let's attack first, though. See if we send a big boy down there. We don't. That's fine. We can do this as an instant, which is fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and survival. Deathrite, we'll discard a Grave Titan. Yeah, we do lose our 6 for that. Unfortunately, we can't persist 6 as well because it is a legend. It's fine. We're going to be able to throw a Grave Titan into our bin, and then in fact, we can tutor an even bigger creature, like if we want to persist the Crater Hoof. Grave Titan's much better than Hoof on this board. Board is not big enough, and of course we cannot persist into Ulamog. He is legendary. Those are the options in our deck. We'll take our damage. We'll have a big roadblock next turn, so they won't be able to keep attacking for too long. As long as we don't get discarded here, right? It's the one thing that we do have to worry about. Right, a big Goyf. Big Goyf is a bit more annoying. Also, they get to clear my death rate here, which is, yeah, quite annoying. Opponent's playing Constructed Goyf Tribal Unlimited. Alright, I respect it. Caustic Bronco. The Snorse is here. Alright, please allow me to choose and discard a creature card, which will be Grave Titan. And then I get any other one. I'm going to spend 2 mana persisting that, so maybe we can have 2 mana on another creature, or maybe I could just grab like a Questing Beast. Oh, I can grab this Acolyte. That's actually a really good mid-range card. I'll take it. Ooh, Harvester. Alright, persist me a Grave Titan. Make some zombies. This is an instant speed card, so we can instant speed shrink the Snorse if they saddle it, which they probably won't, but they may. We can instant speed do a lot of shenanigans, in fact. We can even like block the Barrowglyph with 2 zombies and then shrink it after combat. That's quite useful. Opponent will dismember my Grave Titan, which actually does die to dismember due to the circumstances of having a -1/-1 counter on it. Okay. Sure. That's fine, I guess. Alright, we can once again discard this Acolyte to get a different card if I do decide I want one. Oh, it looks like they might actually saddle the Snorse, and I'll get to use my Harvester here. They're hovering it at least like they wanted to. Nope. Movie. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's unfortunate. So they get a Fatal Push, so I can't even block these too profitably now. That's a bit unfortunate. Let's block like this. Kill the Snorse. I love calling this thing a Snorse, by the way. And then something's got to happen. We can play a Harvester. We can hardcast it, in fact. Would that be useful? Certainly it's better than doing nothing. We could also, like discard the Harvester to Survival and grab like a Questing Beast out of our deck. Kind of like the only super useful card. If I play the Harvester now, I'm probably just going to block with it. Thing is, it would kill DRC, and it's unpushable. Let's do that. Little blocks DRC, unpushable creature. Blocks the Goyfs as is. If they manage to put a 5th card type into the bin, well, is how it is at that point. It's already an instant there. Instant sorcery, creature, land are there, the common types. Then block here, this is a pretty obvious block on the Barrowglyph. Okay, oh, Uvenwald Oddity, that's a cool one with haste. So I probably want my lifelink boy over here. Yeah, I would like to find a way to make a non-land permanent leave the battlefield. I will have to mentally brainstorm ways to do that. Here we're going to be not blocking the Goyf and just like hoping and praying they don't find a removal spell or a roadblock for this guy. Because if they don't, he's going to start drawing a lot of cards, and Oddity is also going to draw a card next turn, which is good. One or more. Never mind. They're going to draw 1 card in total. Ah, reading. The true enemy of Magic players. Alright, me when I get hit by that fat pyrokinesis, it just is how it is. Do you have a way to deal with this, Glyph? Let's be honest. Yes, actually, Questing Beast deals with it pretty clean, so I can actually discard my oddity here. Grab Questing Beast out of my deck. I mean, it doesn't deal with it the most cleanly. I lose to a removal spell here, but the Death Toucher. Alright, I have a bunch of dead cards in my deck, but yeah, maybe we can get there. Maybe. It's always a shot. Can't possibly draw Reanimate or Life and Death at this point. I can draw Necromancy, at which point I would probably steal their Lifelinker. What? I'm looking at my list right now. Lots of duds. Lots and lots and lots of duds in the deck. Opponent will tank Plunderer. Yep, that's a menace creature. That will kill me. Alright, ooh, Nissa. Yep, that's one of the bad draws, unfortunately. I mean, I can pay the 2 life. It just won't work out well for me. Okie dokie. Against just Rakdos midrange, I don't think we're particularly sideboarding. Probably to the Keen-Eyed Curator, just to keep their graveyard under control. That seems pretty solid. Probably cut like this big Nissa. This big Nissa is just like a card they can't remove if it does ever hit play. Get rid of a random 4-drop in the deck, I guess. All right, we're gonna be on the play for game 2. We got the fatties and no ramp. We're gonna send it back. We got Reanimate and a way to fill the graveyard. That's one of the best hands we could have, to be honest. We'll keep it. Probably get rid of the fatty here. We're gonna play Deathbright turn 1, hopefully play a 6 on turn 2 and get to attack with it. Could be wishful thinking, getting to attack with my creature, of course. Alright, Duress, I'm gonna take our Natty Reanimate, unfortunately. I do draw Big Nissa. Would I want to just jam Raphaelos then? Because that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total mana. Which means I actually could slam this Nissa next turn. Actually, no, unless I mill another land for Shaman or if they fetch. Which is not guaranteed. I think what I want to do instead is just get this 6 into play. It's a good card. 6 will help mill me, help me hit my land drops. All that good stuff. Right, looks like we get to attack with our 6 here, which is good. Oh, wow, Gaia's? Or do I want double black for Grave Titan? We can make double black with Deathrite Shaman, so that's fine. In fact, we almost have enough to just slam the Grave Titan this turn without even needing Raphaelos. That's crazy. I might just slam the Nissa this turn, actually. Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 once we get rid of this thing. And this Nissa is a Planeswalker that kind of snowballs out of control. She starts off at pretty low loyalty when we only pay 5 mana, but it just keeps growing every single turn. So yeah, that's a rather unfortunate fatal push. Maybe they should have pushed my Shaman on turn 1 if they had it. I don't know if that's a beatable Planeswalker for them, unless they have like a Bitter Triumph style Planeswalker removal spell in hand right now. They probably just end up losing to this. And like even if they do have the removal, it's like I'm gonna hardcast a Grave Titan next turn. It doesn't really get better for them. There's my boy or my girl Gut. Can't misgender the goblin over here. Let's go ahead and get an attack in. We can go ahead and grab a fetch. Actually, shifting with them is so interesting. Let's go ahead and grab Shifting Woodland. This black mana. Oh, you know what I could have done? I could have plus Nissa, played Raphalos, and then tapped Gaia's Carino for 2 more mana, and I would have been able to play Raphalos for more or less free because of that. Missed that. Not that it's really going to matter in this particular game. All right, we're gonna be on the draw here for game 3. We need black mana to show up, but like this is a fantastic hand. We have our fellows to hardcast things, and we also have survival of the fittest plus our reanimate spells. Like, we can't ask for something better. In fact, we can use survival to slowly fix our mana, right? Because we can find a Deathrite Shaman or our Ignoble Hierarch, and that technically makes black mana. It would be slow as all hell, but like it is a legal line that we could take using our Magic the Gathering cards. Doughty Voidwalker. That's what you get for playing Reanimator. This deck does not have a huge amount of removal, so I don't know. We'll figure it out. We could throw out a Nissa next turn, though, and probably just like plus this Nissa to victory, which is great. Also just throw out a Keen-Eyed Curator. Many things that we could do. We will have 6 mana if this Raphalos doesn't get interrupted, which is dope. Oh, Mind Collapse coming through. Understandable. They had to sacrifice a land to do it, but I understand why you would do that. Yep, Broadside gonna put the pressure on. That works. Wait, Fabled Passage will get us our black cards, but the thing is, like... oh, man. The thing is this Doughty Voidwalker card. So Survival of the Fitness, actually, now that I think about it, can tutor us... Yeah, it can tutor us removal. Okay. Everybody calm down. I know the line. Do you see the line? The emote? Do you see the line? There's a card we can get with Survival that gets us out of here. We can go ahead and get our Harvester of Misery. Discard it to kill the Doughty Voidwalker. And then we can play the game. It's going to be a little tough because it's going to get exiled to Doughty as well, unfortunately. So we won't be able to like immediately Necromancy or Reanimate it. Also, we're running out of life for Reanimate. This Broadside is not helping. If we draw like Dark Ritual naturally, then we can hard cast it, which would be a lot better for us. Opponent reading my card, as reading the card does explain the card. Yeah, something like QB doesn't help either, because like it doesn't even block. We want the Harvester. Yeah, this deck doesn't have enough removal. I'm realizing that now. We're like just way too short on removal. We could have hard cast this later, huh? It's fine. Deathrite Shaman I will probably just use to tutor another creature spell. Yeah, so I might like discard Deathrite Shaman to tutor up what I want to reanimate. Which might just be like Grave Titan to block Broadside. Ulamog, I might die, because they can attack with Broadside and Boast. Grave Titan will be able to block this Broadside pretty much no matter what. Okay, so let's go ahead, discard. Even though I like this card, I would like it in play. So discard that, grab a Grave Titan, discard a Grave Titan. If I naturally draw Dark Ritual, it'll be a little silly, because then I could have just hard cast the Titan, but whatever, dude. And then I get another spell here. What do I want, actually? Because I'm going to use 3 mana next turn. I can just grab a Dork. Just the dork works. I might just discard this dork again. Right, Necromancy, one of the funkiest cards in terms of rules text on Arena. It's got the scroll bar. What does it do? It reanimates with the, some steps. I reanimate my Grave Titan. I think I'm gonna hold this ignoble. I think I hold it in hand to discard to survival. What am I survivaling for with it? I don't know, because I can't reanimate something too fat. Or I could play it, right? Because I have 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, we can use it to just cast Nissa. I don't think we're gonna reanimate things. We're out of life. And it's also just like another blocker for broadside in case they do like have a pyrokinesis or something to clear my board. Oh, Shelly's Edict to clear. Okay, so now if they have another removal spell, broadside gets to attack cleanly, which is unfortunate. If they don't, we can block broadside, which is fantastic for us. We at no point can like reanimate the Grave Titan with this reanimate card because we will just die to broadside. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. Dark Confidant here, sure. Opponent may attack here. I don't know if it's a good idea for them. All right, is a unplayable Ulamog card. Is what it is. I think we're gonna pay 1 Phyrexian mana here. Oh no, I have to pay 2. I just die to broadside if I do that though. What the hell? Give me my death rate back. I need to gain some life, brothers. Oh, I can also wait. I could choose and discard this. I didn't even realize I could just discard this Ulamog. My bad, family. I will take a 6 here. This gains me life. Oh man, this is lifelink. It's fine. Deathrite Shaman's gonna gain me a little life. Alright, 6 has Retrace, which we could Necromancy the Ulamog with Retrace. Oh, I'm so smart. Okay. Okay. Lock it in. We just need to draw a land, or hit a land off of 6. Then we Necromancy our Eldrazi back. If they're smart, they probably broadside my 6 here. I don't know, they're very close to killing me, so maybe they try to work towards that. Right, yep, and they do go ahead and clear my 6, which is a very good card on the board right now. They do have an active Dark Confidant, and I don't have anything like that, unfortunately. We do get to slam this Nissa, which will hopefully win the game. Hopefully. Ooh, reanimate. Or, sorry, unearth. But still, very strong. I could slam Nissa, but I think what's safest is just 6. Bring back 6, gain a little bit of life here. Do I want to attack with one thing? Probably not. I'm gonna gain life. Alright, opponent gets a freebie there. Straw card. 0 life. You're looking at my 6 again. No! Stop killing it! I need it to live! Whatever. Alright, we're just gonna hardcast the Nissa now. It's fine. Get rid of your Douthy. I gain life. GG. I take lands out of your graveyard. Take mana. So we will be spending 6 on this. And yeah, I don't need to attack with these 2/2s. I'm just going to keep them back to block. Bone Shards. You can kill my Planeswalker. Okay, at least it made a 6/6, I guess. At least it made a 6/6. And we still don't even have a big Reclaimer, but maybe 6/6 and the Deathrite Shaman can get there together. This is a very shaky game because of these broadsides. It's threatening to kill me out of nowhere, this card. It's a very, very, very strong card. One of the strongest creatures in the cube, honestly. Yep, that makes sense. They discarded Pyrokinesis. Not always happy to discard removal spells there, but I got the job done. Okay, I can Survival. Yeah, so let's go ahead survival here. We can get our mid-range card. We can get... Oh, wow. Am I close to hooking? 8 mana? No, right? I can play this Elegy card. This funny little guy. And I attack like this. I feel like I'm gonna get to draw my card and lose one here. Again, we're like very tenuously almost dead to broadside, but you can't play around it forever. Alright, sweet. We get to draw. We drew a forest. Alright, so maybe we can hardcast Crater Hoof soon. Oop, that's a Baraglyph. That's a big boy. That's a 6/7. Oh, that's a big boy. Alright, maybe we do need to rip Hoof off the top. Duress me? Sure. Nothing going on here, sir. Right. Attack me if you wish. It appears they do not wish. We'll go ahead and get rid of this Reclaimer. Okay, Dread Knight, sure. I'll draw a card real quick. Okay. Sure. We can double block this Goyf. Maybe I will. Oh, a Braid? Yeah. So maybe no double blocking anymore. Also very close to just killing them. They might die to their own, like, Dark Confidant, which is funny. This is getting to be a very interesting board state from a not interesting one. A lot of decision points from them on like what they attack with, what they do with this broadside. So Braid is also like a very, very useful card. I'm gonna breed my Shaman at sorcery speed. I don't think that's the right way to go about it. I'm gonna gain a little life. I'm gonna make him lose a little life. No, I think I gotta gain a little life so that Bumba doesn't just murder me. And so that my reanimate spells are like maybe alive to reanimate this 6. So now they don't have instant speed removal spell. They can attack with just the Goyf. And then I have pretty clean blocks onto it, which is good. I would triple block it if they attacked with just the Goyf, triple block my little guys, and then attack with my 6/6 and 4/4 next turn. Okay, yeah, so I triple block here. Do I? Yeah, I do. I'll put them on no interaction. I do feel like I have to make them have it here. And the next turn we get some nice attacks in. And we'll also be able to recast this Mosswood, which is cool. Cool constructed card that I haven't played with in a while on Arena. This is a really cool mid-range card. You just get to keep recasting it as an adventure whenever it dies. You can just like endlessly chump block like this. So I could have like totally chumped instead of also throwing the zombies in front of it. If I did that, what would happen? Do I kill them? Probably not, because they go to 12 HP regardless. Sweet, and we do successfully trade for the Goyf. Adventure you from the graveyard. We drew nothing. Ugh, we drew nothing. Right, so I will go ahead and attack with my 6/6. I don't want to throw my 4/4 away, though actually trading it for Bumbo would not be bad, would it? I would actually say that's very good if I trade it for Bumba and Confidant. Then the 6/6 does kind of just kill him in one hit, and I'll have this Dread Knight as well in play to just keep redrawing with. Okay, cool. Get to draw a card. Love drawing cards. Drew nothing again, that's fine. We were overdue to draw our lands. Oh, Void! Whoa, Void triggered, Void triggered. How did it trigger it? I don't even remember what left the battlefield, guys. What left the battlefield? What left it? Wait, actually, what did leave it? Is it a land? It is a land? Nothing in my graveyard got lost. If a non-land... Oh, it's any non-land permanent. That's just mine. I didn't realize it included theirs as well. That's good. It's good to know. I'm just going to turn everything sideways. My opponent's on the timer, the poor things. I mean, it was a long game with a lot of decisions involved, so whatever. They go to 1 HP. I get to draw my cards. I love drawing cards. My favorite part of Magic. I drew a Questing Beast. I will play it next turn. Okay, sweet. We got there. Alright, game 2. We got a bunch of tap lands. I would love to be able to cast my, like, Iggy on one. We do Death Parade on one, and then Fabled Passage goes to my graveyard. I get the big mana. A little awkward. Oh, never mind. Awkwardness has been resolved. We'll just play out our cheap guys. Use you as a removal spell. Our mana ramp isn't going anywhere for the time being, but it's not the end of the world. Alright, we're gonna get queefed. Oh, we're back in Timeless. Back in Timeless getting queefed. I mean, they take Harvester out of this can, probably, and it doesn't exactly ruin me. Maybe they take Deathrite Shaman or Reclaimer if they fear there's something weird in my deck. You know, Reclaimer can tutor some messed up cards, so they might consider getting that. In my deck, it only gets, like, Gaia's Cradle and the Woodland that's already in our hand. Let's take our Shaman, alright. Play you. I wonder if this will be a good shifting Woodland game. If my opponent's on, like, a grindy grief pile, then it definitely could be. We could just get Delirium naturally. Alright, that is indeed a Phoenix. Ooh, Rofellos. I'm probably just going to use this as a removal spell and play my Rofellos. So, go away. I know they get to bestow it from the graveyard, but whatever. Not the end of the world. Get an Exalted Trigger here. And then if we draw a big fatty, we win the game. Big if there, of course. We can cast, like... Actually, only one forest in play. One forest? Not a forest, not a forest. Whatever. Good old Magic the Gathering. So we cannot cast everything in our deck. I was assuming Rafellos was going to tap for, like, 4 mana next turn. It's only going to tap for 2 if I fetch a forest here. Which I will do eventually. I'm going to attack with Rafellos for 3. I could start, like, crop rotating things away for extra forest, or honestly, a Gaia's Cradle. What else is there to grab in my deck? Just, like, the Gaias and the Woodland, right? Yeah, everything else is a normal land. Okay, take a look. Guess what? It's nothing. Lion Slash, boo, dude, come on, I'm playing Reanimator. Cut me some slack. Where's the slack? Yeah, whatever. Sacrifice this to turn it into a Gaia's Cradle. Okay. Bro, where's my slack? Come on. Alright. Whatever. Back with my Reclaimer. It doesn't have any good cards to get out of the deck at this point. I'm fine trading for whatever. Alright, Slack is not here to be cut, unfortunately. I could still draw my big guys, though. So this will tap for 3 mana with the Forest. And then 6 mana in play, plus this would be 9. 2 on Cradle, actually, so 10. I can cast anything. I can hard cast an Ulamog if I do happen to draw him. Right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we can hard cast any card in our deck. So I would love to draw any card in my deck. Right. My opponent is offering up the Lion Slash. Not that I can exactly trade with it, so. Alright. I'll be taking damage. I would love to draw an Ulamog so that I can hardcast it, though, please. It would be so funny. Not quite. Uh. Here, bring back the Reclaimer. This card is literally blank otherwise, so I'm just gonna do this and jump block with it. Blank text otherwise. We are dead in the air in 2 turns. That's grief, unfortunately. So if we draw something, it's got to be right now. I would love for it to be Ulamog. Hoof, I think, also kills them. Or at least gets very close if it doesn't kill them outright. Oh, 9 damage. Oh, reconfigure. Holy moly. Dude, reading the cards explains the cards. We're dead. Okie dokie. What do we want against them? We want to not, like, get our graveyard exiled. How about them apples? We could play a Canker Bloom. Do we need more removal in this deck? That's what I screwed up in the draft. I got none of it. No removal, no self-mill. Very interesting. Get rid of 1 mana source. I think we might have too many. Alright, ooh, turn 1 discard. Survival of the fittest? I mean, yeah. We're always happy for that. Alright, Emperor of the Bones. I do not want you to have that one, respectfully. Vamp for anything. Alright, whatever. Whatever. I'll go ahead and play out Survival here. And then next turn we'll probably like Green Suns for Rafello so that we can like hard cast this Grave Titan if we don't draw a reanimation spell. You may vamp. Do not have to reveal the card to me, so it will be a mystery what they draw, and if it's Line Slash, I will be a little upset. Though we're still on the hard cast Grave Titan plan, if that does happen. Just to give her runes. Yeah, so we can just go ahead and grab our fellows here. Threaten to hardcast something next turn. Oh, we have more than enough mana for Grave Titan next turn off the Rafellows. This GTA is going to be very annoying, though. Do this. And then Deathrite Shaman will also be quite good. Yeah, I'll have Deathrite Shaman, and then I can discard Ignoble Hierarch. So they can equip their GTA and attack just to get counters, and they would be able to shrink my Rafellows if they did that. But that's not a winnable board state. What did they tutor for? You had to tutor for a card that wins the game. Hello? Okay. Run it back. Alright, we got Harvester Necromancy. Is this like keepable? Turn 2, discard this. Turn 3, welcome back. Well, you're right. Sure, because we can discard this at instant speed and then bring it right back, which is really cool. Maybe not. Maybe this is a mulligan. Thalia? Okay, very cool. Have you considered this removal spell does not get taxed by Thalia? Very neat. Rabble Man. We are going to need to hit Thalia, though, if we want to Necromancy back the Harvester. But this is no big deal, because we're just going to clean up the Rabble Man when we reanimate this thing. So get rid of this here. Cast Necromancy targeting it. I will necromantize this thing. I said necromantize as a joke, but what's like the actual correct form of the word necromancy in that tense? Necromance. Is it actually just necromance? To necromance something? Surely not, right? Alright, I'm blocking it. If you got a bolt, then I'm a sucker. Alright, he's all in on nothing as per usual. Persist is available. Cool. We're just chilling then? We might just be chilling. We get a second black source here. Chilling eventually going to cast our overpowered cards and overpower our opponent. Spellbinder unfortunately does mess with that a little bit. Alright, ooh, hoof. That's a big boy. Oh, what you got there though? Ephemerate, take a look at my hand, that's fine. Not really. They're gonna take my Nissa here, which is annoying. And then this hoof is kind of just rotting in my hand. It's not the end of the world, and if we draw like survival of the fittest, then it's kind of crazy. Actually, no, because now they're just going to hit hoof again. They could also hit persist, but I don't care if this card costs 4, to be honest. I care that this thing is not in my hand to be discarded. Hopefully they realize that. Well, hopefully for them. I would prefer if they didn't. Yeah, I don't care if this costs 4. Either way, it wins the game regardless. Yep, mine slash GG. Game over. Good game. Alright, Emperor of the Bones, you got it. Alright, we got one tactic left. We accidentally attack and we let them block it. Quote unquote accidentally. This is not an accident. No, you're supposed to block it so that I could reanimate it. Alright. I don't think we have a live draw here. No, or I don't think so. I'm gonna play both of these, just to put them in play. It's just that they're blockers mostly. This Lion's Sash can't get too much bigger for the time being, so we could still block it for a while. Okay, it's gonna be a big Rabble Man. You got it. Yeah, big Rabble Man. We are indeed raveling. I can let this hit me for damage. Yeah, I think I let them hit me for damage. I try to hit them back. I might have to try to race here. The idea being if I draw Survival of the Fittest, I can discard this and then persist it immediately. I think that's going to be our out here. We are rather close to killing them. We don't have enough mana to hardcast it, right? No, I need 8 and we have 7 here. Actually, can I Reclaimer for Gaia's now because it goes into play tap. Why can't every card be as good as my busted timeless card, my big Chungus wholesome crop rotation? I could actually cast the Grave Titan, right? No, that's 8 mana, sorry. I have 7 available to me. Counting is hard. Sorry, I played Mardu energy, if you can fucking tell. I could Nissa minus and blow up the Lion Sash. Doing so actually would be quite good for me, I think. Nissa minus blow up Lion Sash. Yeah. I have to pay life. Wait, this is too much life, right? No. Never mind. I didn't realize how much life I had to pay for that. So I paid 2 life for no reason. Bad. Alright, I'm attack for 5. Yeah, I very much paid 2 for no reason there. I'll double chump block here, and then... Yeah, after I double chump block... After I double chump block, I might be able to hardcast Creator Hoof next turn, but it's a bit of a long shot. Assuming they attack with everything. Which they might not. Which they do. Okay. I don't think I can Reclaimer for a land to help me here, because I'm going to be double chumping. Guy's Cradle doesn't help. Does not. Okay, so we have to block here. Here, block here. We go to 2. If we draw a land, we can hard cast this hoof. I paid 2 life for no reason last turn. So hopefully that doesn't bite me somehow here. If I didn't pay the 2, I don't think I could have... I could have let this hit me. Maybe I would have been possible to have my Reclaimer live if I didn't pay the 2. It's been a long game. We drew a tapped land. How tragic. So I could persist something. I'm realistically going to draw this here. Draw with this card, excuse me, while I misspeak. I draw a Questing Beast, I win the game. I didn't deserve that. This is like my least deserved win ever. I didn't deserve this win. I don't think I played better than my opponent. I don't think my deck is good. I actually think my deck's really bad. We've like no removal. We've no way to put things into our graveyard beyond the 1 copy survival that we keep drawing because we're lucky. All right, whatever. I guess we're 2-0. All right, game 3 with this deck that I honestly think is bad, but we're 2-0, so well, I know. This is non-functional. We cannot cast Arrow Fellows. We will mulligan. This is less functional. This guy's Cradle does not tap for mana. Like theoretically, if I draw some mana, we could start doing some Dread Knight stuff, but nope. Okay. I'll put the Questing Beast back, and we can turn 2 green Suns for a mana dork, play the 6, and then hopefully get it back together. They have a Little T, Spirit Realm, not the end of the world. Yeah, this is the end of the world. We can maybe beat this. Like, it sucks we're on the mole, but maybe beatable. Do I need to green suns for 1, or do I want to save this? Because if I don't green suns for 1, then what can I get? I mean, Deathrite Shaman is a 1-mana planeswalker, that's why I want to get it. But if I play 6 and then I green suns for 2, I can instead get the Mosswood and get a lot of card draw. Or I can get Raphellos and get a lot of mana. Yeah, I think it might be best to actually just wait. Because the Deathrite's not doing anything, there's no mana to be had. Yeah, I'll wait. Green Marsh, nice draw. So we can play 6, and now we can Green Suns for 3 if we want. We have 3s beyond 6? No, it's just 6 is our only 3 drop. Green Suns for 4 is pretty cool because it grabs a questing beast. They're just gonna time walk me here by bouncing this with Teferi. It's life. Survival. Okay, now we're thinking with our brain. Alright, unfortunately, 6 is exiled, meaning no unearthed shenanigans. What do we want to do then? What do we want a Green Suns for? I'd love to Green Suns for Questing Beast eventually. I think for the time being, it is just Green Suns for Rafellos, which will be a good amount of mana. Could maybe consider the Mosswood as well as a way to like just keep drawing cards if they remove it. But they mostly have like white removal, which exiles, right? So now big creatures are live draws, and if we draw a small creature, we get survival into a big creature. Alright, goodbye, Rafellos. Alright, they've assembled Teferi Exodia. It's kind of over. I'm probably going to scoop it up very, very soon. I don't think we can recover from this realistically, especially after the multi-5. Yeah, let's get out of here. Alright, the lack of removal does not matter when we were playing against Teferi Exodia. I think last time I cut a Manosaurus, and I was happy with it. So cut a Manosaurus for Canker Bloom. Do it again. Alright, game 2 against Teferi. Another play here. I cut a Manosaurus. This is on me. Oh, what's wrong with me sometimes, guys? What's wrong with me? Do I keep this 6? It's like tired. It's late my time because Cube just came out today, and I wanted to play a bunch, and I wanted to record a video, and then I recorded, edited, and uploaded the first video, and I'm like, oh, I still want to play. This keeps addicting. Unfortunately, it's like my bedtime, so my brain's a little rotten right now. Let's just get this game over with, shall we? Holy moly. Alright, they do have mana up, but like, I'm gonna jam a threat. I think the threat I want to jam first is this oddity. We're very far from being able to pay for the mana, so I don't mind if they counter this. Like, Questing Beast is just the same card with more words on it. Oh, okay. Maybe they just have weight removal. I'm very surprised no mana drain counter spell, whatever. Well, you got opponent. 3 mana to Teferi? Please play 3 mana to Teferi. I want to eat him for breakfast with my Questing Beast, please, bro. Stock up gaming. Oh, I get to draw a card. It's over for my opponent. It's actually over for them. I get to draw a card. You can't do anything better in Magic than drawing a card. It's just that simple. Give me my card. Put the card in oh, I could play Nissa. Never mind, there's no land in the graveyard. If there's a land in the graveyard, I'd play Nissa because it's a very hard permanent to remove. Because there's not, I will draw a card. We drew a land for Nissa. Great. So I don't know if they're going to have the mana to answer my stuff and counter Anissa, which is exciting. I think this game is winnable. All right, we go to combat here, and we see if they let me draw a card. And if they do play something, then we play our Nissa. Yeah, Emperor is a strong play for them, but this does mean we get our Nissa down, which is big. Like, I'm totally fine playing into this. Maybe argue that I should have attacked the wolf? No, I still don't get to like, draw my card anyway. Alright, I fetch a basic. A bunch of mana. Make a 6/6. Alright, so my opponent needs a Nissa answer, or they are going to get run over by these Phyrexian horrors over here. Alright, Necromancy showed up. My opponent's in my upkeep. Like some blue mage shenanigans abound. Oh, unexpectedly absent? Sure, buddy. Really not the end of the world. Necromancy. Okay, cannot bring any creatures back because there aren't any creatures. Arena's bamboozling me a little bit because, it tells me I can cast the card. Which, for most cards on the client, it doesn't say that unless the card does something. But Necromancy is one of those ones like Subtlety where you can just fire it off whenever, regardless of whether or not it does something. Alright, hopefully they don't have Wrath of God. If they do, I'm going to be sad, but I will be able to Necromancy my Questing Beast after, which is not a horrible outcome. No Wrath of God, please. No Wrath of God, please. No, he's got Winds of Abaddon. That's so much worse. I don't know why I keep calling it Abaddon. It's Abandon. I can speak. I know how to speak English, guys. Don't worry. Now I have to shuffle? I'm forced to shuffle? So I can't even redraw my Nissa? Ooh. Oh, wait. Does this, like, kill them? It's, like, almost kills them. That's so funny. There's nothing to reanimate, right? Damn. Dude, this actually does almost kill them. That's 8 damage? I feel like this is worth doing, because we have a redundant reanimation spell? Is this worth doing? Guys, am I lost in the sauce? If this was... Oh, man. I don't have Burn or Reach in my deck. If I did, it would be worth putting them low. Realistically, it's either... Oh, I mean, there's nothing in my bin to reanimate anyway. Yeah, let's fire it off, dude. Why not? Just F and why not? Thanks, opponent. It's the first time I've seen life profitably cast in my life. Haha. Alright, we've drawn a land. Just gonna pass. Ah. Here comes the Death by Fairy Mastermind. Oh, okay, that's a real clock. Clock is down from about 10 turns to about 5. It's a lot quicker. I don't know if we're gonna be able to draw out of this, gamers. Yep, even quicker clock. 6, it's a card. It's a magic card. Magic card alert. I mean, if this sticks and it gets an attack, it could set up a Necromancy, which is huge. I will absolutely, like, attack into their creature again to try to... Never mind. Set up a Necromancy. Oh, it's just not going to work. Come on, Crater Hoof on top. I deserve it. I deserve it, right? You're not a Crater Hoof. Alright, I unfortunately lose to these guys. I'm going to get hit upside the head before I can actually, like, get a non-summoning sick creature into play, because I know my next draw. But 2-1 is not that bad of an outcome for a deck that I thought was a bit cooked. It was good in some senses. Like, it does the Raphellos thing pretty well. But unfortunately, we have all the reanimation cards, but only one way to get creatures into the graveyard. 1.5, I guess, if you count 6, but realistically, we need a lot more self-mill or 2 just to the graveyard. We also just don't have removal. I just didn't draft it. I drafted one Harvester of Misery and one Canker Bloom, and that was it. So next time, maybe I'll lock it in. But hey, 2-1, better than I thought I would do. And yeah, it was fun. See you next cube video.